If you are in debt, guessing is expensive. Most people don't have a plan, they have a hope, and hope is not a strategy. So instead of guessing, you need a system, one that tells your money exactly what to do every month, whether you feel motivated or not. Because here's the truth, getting out of debt is not about trying harder. It's about building a structure that works even when you don't feel like it. And once you understand that, everything changes. Welcome to the Money Architect. When people think about debt, they usually focus on the number. How much do I owe? But that's not the real problem. The real issue is what that debt is doing to your life. Every payment you make is money that can't be saved, can't be invested, can't be used to build anything. It's a drag on your progress. So, eliminating debt isn't just about cleaning things up, it's about creating margin. Margin is what allows you to breathe financially. It's what gives you options. Without it, you're stuck reacting. With it, you can start designing your financial life. That's where we're going. Let's make this simple. There are 4 steps to eliminating debt. No fluff, no complexity, just a system you can actually follow. First, you need a complete inventory, and this is where most people hesitate, because writing it all down makes it real. But here's the key. You cannot fix what you refuse to look at. So take a few minutes and list everything. Credit cards, personal loans, medical bills, student loans. Write down the balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payment. That's it. You're not solving anything yet. You're just getting clarity. Because once it's on paper, it stops being this vague, stressful cloud and becomes a set of numbers you can actually work with. Now here's the shift. Most people think this step is basic. It's not. This is where control starts, because until you see the full picture, you're making decisions in the dark, and that's expensive. Next, you cover your minimums. This is non-negotiable. Every single account needs to be paid on time, every month, no exceptions. Because missing payments does 2 things. It costs you money in fees, and it damages your credit, which makes everything more expensive later. So, you treat minimum payments like fixed bills, just like rent, just like utilities. They get paid first. And the easiest way to do that? Automate them. Set up auto pay so the system handles it. Because if you rely on memory or motivation, you will eventually miss something. And one mistake can set you back months. Let's pause for a second. Up to this point, you haven't paid off a single dollar of debt, but you've done something more important. You've created stability, and without stability, nothing else works. Now we get into the part where things actually start moving. You need to choose your strategy, and there are really only 2 that matter: the snowball and the avalanche. The snowball is simple. You take your smallest debt and you attack it aggressively. Every extra dollar you can find goes toward that one balance. Meanwhile, everything else just gets the minimum. Once that smallest debt is gone, you take that payment and roll it into the next one. That's the snowball effect. Each win builds momentum. And that momentum matters more than people think. Because this is not just a math problem, it's a behavior problem. And quick wins keep you in the game. Now the avalanche method takes a different approach. Instead of focusing on the smallest balance, you focus on the highest interest rate, because high interest debt is the most expensive. Credit cards are usually the biggest problem here. So with avalanche, you attack the most costly debt first. Mathematically, this saves you more money over time, less interest paid, faster long-term progress. So which one should you choose? Here's the honest answer. If you need motivation, use the snowball. If you are disciplined and focused on optimization, use the avalanche. Both work. What doesn't work is switching back and forth. Pick one and commit. Here's the key point. Your progress comes from consistency, not perfection. So, the best strategy is the one you'll actually stick to. Now, let's make this real. Imagine you have 3 debts: a $500 medical bill, a $3,000 credit card, and a $15,000 student loan. That's $18,500 total. Not small, but not unmanageable either. Step 1, you list everything out. Now it's clear. Step 2, you automate the minimum payments on the credit card and the student loan, so nothing gets missed. Now you choose your strategy. Let's say you go with the snowball. You focus everything on that $500 medical bill. Extra income, cutting small expenses, whatever margin you can create, and you knock it out fast. Here's where things change. Once that first debt is gone, you don't relax, you redirect. The money you were using for that $500 debt now goes toward the credit card. So your payment increases without you having to think about it. That's the snowball in action. Then once the credit card is gone, everything rolls into the student loan, and now you're making real progress. Notice what didn't happen. You didn't rely on motivation. You didn't guess. You didn't try random tactics. You followed a system, and systems win over time. Now let's talk about the last piece, automation, because this is where most people either succeed or fall off. If your debt plan depends on you making the right decision every month, it's going to break. Life gets busy, things come up, you forget, or you just don't feel like dealing with it. So instead, you remove yourself from the process as much as possible. Set up automatic payments. Use a simple budgeting tool to track where your money is going. And most importantly, pre-decide where your extra money goes, before the month starts, not after. Because if you wait until the end of the month to decide what to do with leftover money, there usually isn't any left. Here's the shift. You don't manage debt by reacting. You eliminate debt by designing. So, let's bring it all together. You start by getting a clear inventory of what you owe. Then you lock in your minimum payments so your foundation is protected. You choose a strategy snowball or avalanche and focus your effort. And you automate the entire process so it runs without constant effort. That's it. No complicated formulas, no guesswork, just a repeatable system. And once you eliminate your debt, something interesting happens. Your cash flow changes. The money that used to go toward payments is now available. That's where wealth building actually begins. But before you rush into that next step, there's something you need to understand. Not all debt is the same. Some types of debt will hold you back for years. Others, if used correctly, can actually help you move forward. And if you don't understand the difference, you can end up right back where you started. So, in the next video, we're going to break that down clearly. The real differences between good debt and bad debt, and how to tell which is which. Because once you know that, you're no longer just getting out of debt, you're starting to use money with intention.